Hi students, today we're going to learn the loopy letters in cursive. You can see I've categorized the letters as letters that loop, letters that curve, letters that are straight, and letters that have a lump in them. Today's letters are E, L, H, K, B, and F, and they all have loops in them. What you're going to need is a whiteboard with lines on it and a whiteboard marker, or if you don't have that, you may use a notebook. I recommend that in your notebook you draw some lines to separate the spaces so that you have the three spaces that you see here, the bottom line, the middle line, and the top line. So take a look. I'm going to darken the first line, skip the next line, and then darken the next line. So if you want to take a minute to go ahead and set up your notebook paper, now would be a good time to do that. And again, leaving that line in the middle so that you can have all three lines that you need to make your letters. All right. So to make our loopy letters, we're going to start with the letter E. So there is our printed E, or our manuscript E. And to make a cursive E, you start on this red line, which I call the floor. You curve up to the middle, which I call the wall. You loop behind itself, and then you touch the floor again, and then you leave this little tail. And that actually leads to the next E, or the next letter, whatever that letter may be. So floor, wall, loop, floor, and out. Floor, wall, loop, floor, and out. Go ahead and practice that, and I will do some on my notebook to help you. There's my manuscript. And there's some E's. Try practicing 2 E's in a row. So E, E, like that. E, E. Okay? All right, the next letter is the letter L. And there's our manuscript, or our printed L. And I like to think of the L as a large E. I tell my students you have a small milkshake and then you have a large milkshake. And the L is like the large milkshake. It's shaped the same, it's just bigger. So floor, ceiling, floor, and out. Floor, ceiling, floor, and out. Floor, ceiling, floor, and out. With that tail at the end. On the notebook, it looks like this. Floor, ceiling, floor, and tail. Floor, ceiling, floor, and tail. Floor, ceiling, floor, and tail. You can practice putting 2 L's in a row because a lot of words have that. And then if you'd like, you can practice doing like an EL. E is short, and then L is that large milkshake, right? L for large. And if you're speaking Spanish and you're talking about the pronoun he, you might have a little accent on the E for el. Or no accent if it's just the word the, like el gato. Okay, very nice. Next letter, H. H starts out like an L, but then it changes. So you start from the floor, touch the ceiling, come straight down. Then you do what I call retracing. You go up that same line, you touch the middle wall here, and then you come down, and then you got your tail. So you got a little lump there in the front to make the H, this part right here. So Loop to the ceiling, come straight down, retrace up, curve, and there's your tail. Floor, ceiling, loop backwards, retrace up, touch the middle wall, come down, and there's your tail. I'll do it on notebook now. There it is. Floor, ceiling, floor, retrace, lump, and tail. Floor, ceiling, floor, retrace, lump, and tail. Floor, ceiling, floor, retrace, lump, and tail. Now we can write the word he in English. So H-E, ready? H, retrace, and right into that E. How's that? Super, all right. The next letter looks a little bit like an H. It's the letter K. There it is in manuscript or printed. K looks almost like the H, only there's a little difference. Take a look. You do that loop, that tall loop. You retrace back to the middle wall there. You curve, but you go in a little, and then you kick it out. That's a K. It looks almost like an H, doesn't it? Tall loop, touch the floor, retrace to the wall, push in, kick it out. Tall loop, floor, retrace to the wall, kick it in, and out. Tall loop, floor, retrace to the wall, push in, kick it out. Now I will do it on my notebook. Okay, here it is. Retrace, kick out. Retrace, kick out. Retrace, kick out. All right, so there's a bunch of K's. We can now spell the word elk, E-L-K. There it is in print. For cursive, it would look like this. E, big L, and then your loop into your K. And don't forget the tail at the end. Awesome job. All right, 2 more letters that loop. The next one's the letter B. Now B is fun because it has what's called a bridge. I'll show you. So you start with that L, go to the floor, you keep going, and then you touch the middle, and then you make what's called a bridge. Okay? Loop, touch the floor, come on up, make your bridge. Loop, touch the floor, come on up, make your bridge. Now be careful, I've seen this a lot. I see students make a big loop and then they make their bridge way out here. You really don't want it to be that big, okay? Make it a lot closer together. Loop, touch the floor, come up, and then there's your bridge. So I'll do it on the notebook and then I'll show you how to connect that bridge to another letter. Loop, nice and tall, touch the floor, and then there's your bridge. Loop, nice and tall, touch the floor, and there's your bridge. So if you wanted to make a letter after the B, like the word be, as in to be happy, like that, you would make your B, come on up to the wall, stay up there. From your bridge, you make the E. So that E connects right to the bridge up high. You don't want to come down like that and make the E because you kind of added a letter. You added the letter R, believe it or not. So we don't want to do that. That's not correct. For the word bee, as in the insect bee, which has 2 E's in it, you make your B, you touch the wall, you make your bridge. The first E is on top, the second E starts from the bottom, and then you leave a tail. How'd you do? All right, 1 more letter on the loopy letters. I gotta erase my board though. So far we learned E, which is the small milkshake. L is the large milkshake. H has a milkshake and then a little lump after it. K has a milkshake and then a large milkshake and then a little curve and a kick. And then B has a large milkshake and then a bridge. It's really a loop. I only call it a milkshake because it's L for large. All right, the last letter in this series is the letter F. There's our manuscript or our printed F. F uses the whole space. It uses the ceiling, it passes the wall, uses the floor, and it uses what I call the basement, way down low, below everything. You start like an L, but then you keep going down into the basement. You come back up to the floor, and then you kick out the tail. That's in the letter F. And it should be a little more slanted than that, actually, so I'm going to slant a little more this time. L, down to the basement, curve up, kick it out. It looks like an L, you come down, it's actually an F, and then you kick it out. There it is, the loop, come down, kick it out. All right, so over here on my notebook, F, floor, ceiling, basement, floor, kick it out. Floor, ceiling, basement, floor, kick it out. Floor, ceiling, basement, floor, kick it out. All right, let's write some words with all of these letters. So E, L, H, K, B, F. We can write the word eel, we can add an F and make feel. We can take off the L. Let's see, we can make the word flee, like to run away from something. F-L-E-E. We can make the vegetable, which is called a leek, L-E-E-K. If you are riding your bicycle and you hit a rock, maybe you fell. So F-E-L-L. If you're having a hamburger, you might have some beef in that hamburger. So here's B-E-E-F. All right. And maybe you can think of a few more letters, or a few more words rather, using these letters. Come back next week when we learn the curvy letters, which are going to be C, A, D, G, Q, and O. And don't forget to have